few hours later.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. And if I sound more congested today than I did yesterday, your ears do not deceive you. Yeah, I guess I did a little too much on yesterday. I flew too close to the sun because I'm having some sort of relapse. Anywho, if you've come across this video and are not subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. If you've come across this video out there on social media, please make sure you're following me on all of my social media pages. You can find me on TikTok, you can find me on Instagram, you can find me on Blue Sky, on Skylight, and on Threads, and of course, you can find me over at the home base on YouTube. It was all fun and games back during the campaign. They were singing and dancing and proudly saying that they were going to be voting for Donald Trump, and that they did. They overwhelmingly went into the voting booth to vote for Donald Trump. Latino men overwhelmingly by 54% voted for Donald Trump. Latino women overwhelmingly voted for Kamala Harris, but still too many of them voted for Donald Trump. And now they are all down there in Florida and in South Florida talking about how Donald Trump betrayed them, how Donald Trump used them. That was the Venezuelan Americans who overwhelmingly voted for Donald Trump. And why are they crying? Because Donald Trump, who told them repeatedly during the campaign that there will be mass deportations and they may be bloody, and they still went into the voting booth and voted for him. Now he's coming through on what he said. He lied to them and told them that he was only going after the criminals, and they believed that shit. A lot of them down there in South Florida believe they're better because they had their citizenship handed to them on a silver platter. They think they're better than the other ones who are coming in through the border seeking citizenship. Instead of helping them to get citizenship, they turn their nose up to the people who are coming in through the border. Anywho, I'm a Miami girl. I grew up in Miami. I know how those Cubans are down in Miami. But check this out.
A man in Tampa is desperately trying to get his wife back to the United States after she and dozens of other Cubans were deported.
He says he was in the process of getting a green card, but when she went to an ICE check-in on Tuesday, they detained her.
As he told 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst through a translator, he worries they will not be reunited anytime soon.
The last time I spoke with her was this morning, and then this afternoon I spoke with her, and she is in Cuba at her mother's house.
Carlos Valle came from Cuba more than a decade ago after his family won a lottery.
We were escaping misery and hunger and all the problems that are there. It was a lot worse for Haiti because she was suffering a lot more.
Carlos says Haiti to Haiti's road was tougher. Arriving at the U.S.-Mexico border in 2020, she waited in Mexico while her entry application was reviewed.
It seems that Cuba and the United States didn't have a relationship, so they were not taking in prisoners. So then they decide to let her into the United States.
But she came here under a Form I-220 order of supervision, meaning she could be deported at any time.
She has been doing a lot to, do good here. She studied for the CNA exam, and she works caring for elderly people.
Carlos became a U.S. citizen before they met. In 2023, she applied for a green card because she was now married to a citizen. But she got a call Monday saying to come into the Tampa office the next day.
A lot of people even told me not to go to the appointment because they would leave her detained. But because we want to do the things right, the way that we're supposed to, we went.
She was taken into custody. Yesterday, she was sent back to Havana on a plane with other Cubans with the same status.
I agree that they are deporting people that are criminals, but why are you targeting innocent people? Why are you targeting family people that are just working hard?
But he says he's determined to keep fighting for that green card and for his family. In Tampa, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
And we were able to speak to ICE late this afternoon. While they couldn't confirm where Haiti currently is, they do have a team reviewing records and are waiting for clearance from the D.C. office before they can release more information.
I know where Haiti is. Haiti is in Cuba. Within 3 days, 72 hours, they rounded that woman up, got her on a plane, and shipped her back to Cuba. You see, I believe what these people don't understand is that you may be here, you may have paperwork and all of that jazz, but if you are not a United States citizen, if you can't prove that you are a legal United States citizen to this administration, you are here illegally. And that screams criminal. That little paper that she thought was going to protect her, no. If you are not a legal United States citizen to this administration, you are here illegally. Therefore, you are the criminal. You know who wouldn't have deported her? Kamala Harris. You can read her entire story in this article over at the Miami Herald. She came in one way, and the way that she came in, she was put back out because she didn't come in correctly. And so all of these immigrants were waiting in this border town in Mexico, down at the southern border. They were waiting to be called, their number to be called for a hearing or whatever. She got tired of waiting, and she got into the United States a different way and was given that form that they spoke of in the news report, right? But because she didn't wait in that area which was designated for them to wait for their number to be called to go to this hearing, her number got called. She didn't show up to the hearing, and so she ended up in the system some kind of way. See, all the while Joe Biden was in office, she was safe. She was living the American dream because he wasn't looking to go after people who had this particular paperwork that she was able to obtain by going in through another port of entry. Okay? But that's not flying with this administration. No. You are still in the system as not showing up for that hearing. Even though you got this little paper, you are still here illegally. And so this is what happens. This is what happens when you don't thoroughly educate yourself and recognize that elections have consequences. Now, I feel sorry for the baby because they got a baby, and the baby was still breastfeeding when they scooped her up. And so now the baby is not eating because, yeah, she was tragically snatched from the bosom. The baby is now in the hospital. But this is what happens when you vote against your best interest. Kamala Harris would not have deported her. Kamala Harris would have created a pathway so that she can get her citizenship. Yeah, where's my little dance?
Everybody together, okay? I need you loud because I want to drum.
And on that note, I'm going back to bed.